Everyone, welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. This is probably going to be either my last or second last top 10 horror movies you should check out video. The next one after this might just be the top 10 shitty B movies to check out. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's just get right into it. First off is a twofer. It's Laid to Rest Part 1 and Part 2. It's pretty original, pretty cool, pretty gory. Basically, a serial killer, kind of a one-man slasher type of deal, at least in this movie. Hunts down a group of kids and just tears them a new asshole, basically. And it's pretty sweet. It's some of the kills are pretty unique. The storylines semi-unique. I would say it's definitely worth checking out. Really entertaining, and definitely wouldn't expect it from just a movie called Laid to Rest. Now the second one, this one's called Chrome Skull, Laid to Rest Part 2. They just kind of amp it up a little bit more gore, a little more suspense, a little bit more like twists and turns. There's like pretty crazy Chelsea Grin type of kill scene in this, with like a pair of reverse shears. There's just a lot more action and suspense going on in this one, and definitely worth checking out. So yeah, Chrome Skull, Laid to Rest Part 2. The next one is a movie that I kind of stumbled upon through one of those movies to check out before you die lists. That's just kind of really creepy and just really odd. This is called The Loved Ones. At first glance, it just seems like this wholesome chick wants to take this dude to the prom or something like that, and then it just eventually becomes like a torture porn kind of movie where this chick just sets down these dudes and just tortures them. There's a few brutal scenes with like a drill, like a professional stapler type of deal, just a hammer, and yeah, basically, if you like kind of really tongue-in-cheek, kind of hard to watch, torture-y, mind-fuckery stuff, check out The Loved Ones if you can. I got the unrated edition because fuck censorship. There's the back there. It's pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out. Next up is a movie called Madison County. Definitely check out the trailer for this. It's pretty good. Basically, a bunch of friends, college kids or whatever, goes out to this kind of middle of buttfuck kind of hick town, middle of buttfuck nowhere place, and they're they're trying to find a missing author and discover what's going on and question him about his story and stuff like that. And basically they just get hunted down and killed one by one by some of the townsfolk. And there's like a plot twist in it, and you're just like, oh, well, shit, didn't think that was coming. And it's very gritty, very suspenseful. There's, I'm pretty sure, a few quite gory, realistic gory scenes in it. Just kind of edge of your seat type of horror movie. Definitely worth checking out, and something that you wouldn't expect from something just called Madison County. There's the back. Definitely worth checking that out. Next is kind of a hidden gem that I don't think too many realized is out there, but it's a damn good zombie movie. This is called Wormwood, Road of the Dead. Now, this is great. They say it's zombies invade the Australian outback in this brain-splattered Mad Max meets the undead thrill ride. It's semi-accurate. There's definite few twists and turns in here. There's some sort of Resident Evil type virus involved in this at one point too. There's some kind of humorous kind of things that happen in this, but there's also some pretty awesome kills. Um, I think it's somewhat of an indie film, but I think with a little bit of a better budget. And the storyline's quite unique to a horror, or well, horror, but like a zombie film too. So yeah, I picked up the Blu-ray of this, but it came with like a DVD and whatever. So definitely worth checking out if you're into zombie movies and to kind of like modern zombie movies with new kind of twists. Check out Wormwood, Road of the Dead. Next is a kind of a short story. It's not that long. It's only about 58 minutes. It's only just 2 minutes shy of an hour long movie. This is called Jennifer. Basically, this guy finds this woman basically almost being executed by some sort of killer or something. To his knowledge, it's a cop, and he saves the woman and he brings her home, and she's kind of, as you can see, a little bit disfigured in the face and a little weird. But then things start to take a really odd twist. She ends up trying to seduce the cop while he's still with his wife and kids at home, and it just gets really, really weird. And then she just starts killing things and people, and he has to like figure out why she's doing it. And then there's an interesting plot twist at the end. Definitely good if you like kind of like a short, creepy kind of horror movie. It's from the Masters of Horror genre, I guess. I don't know. Experience terrifying visions from the greatest minds in the genre. These are the Masters of Horror. So I guess there's a series of films called Masters of Horror. As you can see from the logo down there, it's one of those films. But yeah, definitely check this one out. They also have a film called The Fair-Haired Child, which I believe is about 40 minutes long. It's kind of one of those Masters of Horror films. But yeah, definitely check this out. Was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Next, I'm not sure if I showed this before. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just talked about it. But this is Forget Me Not. This is kind of like a supernatural kind of mindfuck kind of movie where you're not quite sure what's going on. You kind of are on suspense and trying to figure out who's going to survive. How can they stop the events that's happening? And yeah, people kind of just start disappearing, start getting killed, and the main character's got to figure out how this is happening, or if they even remember who is with them, and why are they forgetting. But yeah, pretty good film. Definitely worth checking out. Check out the trailer. I'm sure it's on YouTube. But yes, Forget Me Not. Next, it's kind of like a really, this is one of those ones where if you see it, it spoils it for kind of multiple watches. At least I feel it does. If you know what the ending is going to be like and you know why things are happening, you're like, oh, well, this isn't suspenseful or scary anymore. But it's definitely worth checking out once just to kind of get the ride there and the kind of suspense and trying to figure out why this shit's happening and what the fuck is actually happening. And if you like kind of horror movies that are involved with being on a plane, like Snakes on a Plane or Flight 1437 or whatever the fuck it was called, or Flight of the Living Dead. That was actually a pretty good zombie film. This is definitely for you. Doesn't have to do with zombies, doesn't have to deal with serial killers or anything like that, but it's definitely worth checking out. And I think the ending is definitely shocking. I didn't expect it to be what it was. It's a survival, kind of supernatural type of film that takes place around 5 or 6 people in a plane. And you want to check this out. This is called Altitude. Next, this is As Above, So Below. It's about the catacombs in Paris, France. Pretty good film, pretty creepy. I don't know if you've seen the movie Catacombs, but it's sort of like that, but it's also sort of like, oh man, what's that one movie? Or it's actually a series with or it's a two series movie for these group of mining or cave explorers end up finding this like creatures and stuff like that in the caves. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent, but yeah. Basically, this group of friends go to the catacombs in Paris, check it out, and end up getting lost, and they can't find their way out, so they keep on going deeper and deeper in the catacombs and further underground, and shit just starts getting a little freaky, getting a little weird. Panic starts to set in. People start to get fucked up. People start to die. People start losing their minds. And then some weird, mysterious, supernatural shit starts happening. And you kind of wonder, is it in their heads? Is it actually happening? Definitely good. Check it out. As above, so below. Yeah, and as the tagline says, the only way out is down. Creepy, but really good. Definitely check it out. Next is kind of a B movie, independent film that was actually a lot more entertaining than I was expecting. This is called Under the Bed, and I'm pretty sure you can check this out on Netflix right now. At least the Canadian Netflix you can. Basically, two brothers that, have this kind of supernatural experience that they're not sure if it's just like a childhood thing, but when the older brother returns after spending some time, I guess in juvie or jail or something, he comes back and starts spending the night in the house again, and the thing, I'm not going to give it away, under the bed starts making appearances, bigger and bigger appearances until like it outright comes after them, and it's pretty crazy. Some people die in this that you don't actually expect to die. The creep factor is definitely high in this, and the quality of the horror movie is decent considering, like I said, I think it's a B movie / independent film. So definitely check out Under the Bed if you're into kind of like urban legend, supernatural kind of creature feature type of things. Next is this is an alright movie. This is just kind of like a supernatural film. It's called Nothing Left to Fear. It features a new song by Slash and some dude called Miles Kennedy, which I don't really care. Apparently it's inspired by the legend of Stull, Kansas, whatever that is. And it has who else does it have in this? Oh, yes. Jennifer Stone from Wizards of Waverly Place. I don't know if any of you that are watching my channel have seen that, but it has a chick from that, and she gets kind of gothed out and creepy, and shit just starts to go down. Yeah, basically it says there's a sleepy community of friendly neighbors where a horrific series of occurrences start happening. They start seeing visions. There's like some sort of creepy ritualistic thing that goes on in the town that they're not quite aware of, and they get sucked into and have to escape. And then basically, like, they end up unleashing demons and like supernatural creatures of the damned, and it gets pretty crazy. It's definitely good, definitely worth checking out at least once if you haven't seen it already. If you like kind of like The Ring or The Grudge, or just kind of supernatural things of that nature, definitely check out Nothing Left to Fear. Pretty cool. And yeah, it has a pretty interesting story. And finally, it's kind of a bonus since I've already shown about 11, if you count the two Laid to Rest movies as two different ones, but this is definitely a B movie. It's one of those kind of like one-man slasher flicks that goes after a bunch of teenagers, and yeah, he uses like this special spirally stabby type weapon to kill them. The outfit's very Jason Michael Myers-esque, but definitely worth checking out because there's like a little bit of a supernatural twist to it as well. The acting in it's not the greatest, at least not by some of the teenagers, but some of it's alright, some of it's kind of eh. But for the twists and turns that's in it, and kind of the not so super duper cliche stalker slasher film, definitely check out The Midnight Movie. Couldn't hurt, right? But yeah, not bad. Check it out, and hope you enjoyed my 10 movies to check out, or that you need to see list again. This will be the third one I've done, I believe. Maybe fourth. And I might, like I said, do one more before I finish the series, which is kind of like old B movies or old classics to check out. Well, we'll see how that goes. So thanks for watching. Stay sick. And if anyone gives you shit, tell them to fuck off.